Twitter just partnered with eToro and will let users trade stocks and crypto as Elon Musk pushes his app into finance. Starting Thursday, Twitter will give users the option to buy and sell stocks and other assets from eToro. The partnership marks a rare deal for Twitter since Elon Musk took the reins as CEO after buying the platform for $44 billion last year. Musk has made it his mission to turn Twitter into the so-called super app that offers users financial services on top of social media. And Elon Musk really has been on a tear recently. I don't know if you saw this. BBC journalist says there's been a rise of hateful content on Twitter. Elon Musk says, give me an example. Journalist says, I can't. Elon Musk says, well, you just lied.
You just lied. What hate speech are you talking about? You use Twitter.
Right.
Do you see a rise in hate speech?
Personally, I get more of that kind of content, yeah, personally.
Content you don't like, or describe a hateful thing?
Yeah, I mean, this content may include something that is slightly racist or slightly sexist.
So you think if something is slightly sexist, it should be banned?
No,
is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying...
Well, I'm just curious. I'm trying to understand what you mean by hateful content. I'm asking for specific examples. Can you name one example?
I honestly don't use... Honestly, I
don't... You can't name a single example.
I'll tell you why, because I don't actually use that feed anymore, because I just don't particularly like it.
Well, hang on a second. You said you've seen more hateful content, but you can't name a single example, not even one. Then I say, sir, that you don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Yes, because you can't give me a single example of hateful content, not even one tweet, and yet you claimed that the hateful content was high.
Well,
that's a false.
No, what I claimed...
You just lied.
So the details are as follows. Starting Thursday, a new feature will be rolled out on the Twitter app. It will allow users to view market charts on an expanded range of financial instruments and buy and sell stocks and other assets from eToro. With the eToro partnership, Twitter cash tags will be expanded to cover far more instruments and asset classes. You'll be able to click a button that says View on eToro, which takes you through to eToro's site, and then you'll be able to buy and sell assets on the platform. Is this partnership better for eToro or better for Twitter, or better for the users of Twitter and eToro? Crypto expert, investor, and trader Scott Melker gives us his opinion.
Twitter is going to give users the option to buy and sell stocks and other assets from eToro. What does that mean for Twitter and eToro? And how do you think the community is going to interpret this?
Well, I think it's big for both, but honestly, I think it's bigger for eToro than Twitter, obviously. This is effectively giving them a huge marketing funnel and audience. And at the end of the day, even if you can check the charts and look at the data and trade, quote unquote, through Twitter, my assumption is that you'll still have to sign up for eToro, do KYC on eToro to make sure it's compliant. Other way, there's no way that the SEC would allow something like this to happen. So to me, this is effectively a marketing funnel and just a way for eToro to open up their floodgates to new traders. I think that it's a net positive, certainly for both platforms and for the markets in general. I mean, eToro was founded by Yoni Assia, a Bitcoiner. He was the first person to really create almost altcoins called colored coins on Bitcoin. So the crypto community has a deep sort of relationship with eToro, and I think obviously with Twitter. And so it's a perfect marriage for that community on Twitter.
We reported this to you yesterday. Ethereum Shanghai upgrade is now live. This marks another major upgrade for Ethereum, now a feather in Ethereum's cap. And this upgrade literally means that staked Ethereum withdrawals are now enabled on Ethereum. Ethereum on its greater development scale, Vitalik Buterin, the creator, had this to say: "We're in the stage where the hardest and fastest parts of the Ethereum protocol's transition are basically over. Very significant things still need to be done, but those are very significant things that can safely be done at a slower pace." Ethereum has upgraded so much in the past few years with the merge, with everything, that Vitalik actually says Ethereum can 100% be considered finished at the end of 2023, but they're not going to stop there because 500 million users are on their way to Ethereum and they're preparing for this.
When can we call Ethereum done if we really have to call it done? End of 2023. 2023 is going to be the year when rollups really come to maturity. We have 4844 that gives rollups more space, and we have the trading wheels on rollups that really get weakened a lot. That kind of gets us to like most of sharding being finished, and then rollups going fully trustless, and then there's full dank sharding. For me personally, I think after the changes, that would be the first points where I would feel comfortable saying, even if nothing else happens past that point, I would be happy with Ethereum. If we need to, we can stop there. We're not going to stop there, right? And we want to kind of like go ahead and try to actually make sure that the Ethereum ecosystem gets support 500 million users before the bull where 500 million users are knocking on the door actually ends up happening. That's probably the next part of the future, the transition from Ethereum as this kind of very theoretical ecosystem that's still discovering and finding itself to Ethereum as an ecosystem that actually is, tries to be useful and usable and, secure and all of those things, and like actually provide value for hundreds of millions of people.
In other news, the top-tier camera company Canon is launching an Ethereum photo NFT marketplace called Cadabra. The camera and digital image giant is pushing further into Web3 with a dedicated NFT photography platform. We say pushing further because you remember that Canon previously launched a series of photo NFTs on Solana in July of 2022 in collaboration with Immutable Image. Well, today, Canon USA, the American division of the global camera and imaging giant, announced today that it will launch an Ethereum NFT marketplace dedicated to photography later this year, dipping further into the Web3 world after an NFT drop in 2022. As just mentioned, Cadabra, described as a curated marketplace for tokenized photographs, is set to roll out in 2023 following an initial preview at this week's NFT NYC conference. According to a press release, the marketplace will offer photos across various categories, including wildlife, sports, lifestyle, landscapes, among others. Cryptocurrency will boom again, my friends. If you can't see it, hey, make sure you're subscribed to the channel because we update you on this stuff on a daily basis. The news today is this: Uniswap Wallet, the top decentralized exchange on Ethereum, has finally been allowed to be a part of the App Store on iOS. This is big. Uniswap Labs was fighting for this for so long. Apple wouldn't let them be a part of the App Store. Finally, it's happened. The new Uniswap Wallet has officially arrived on iOS following the previously documented challenges earning Apple's approval. Moreover, the open-source mobile wallet will allow users to trade Ethereum, Polygon, Arbitrum, Optimism. The development is undoubtedly a positive one for both Uniswap and the industry as a whole, specifically with the worldwide adoption of iOS technology. A crypto wallet integration could bring a host of prospective new users to the space. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency needs to be strategically embraced by the United States, not denied. Bitcoin is a technology that should be embraced. Bitcoin does not threaten the US dollar. Natalie Brunell on Fox Business explains this.
Some people are saying it's a threat to the dollar, but it's not. What people really need to realize is Bitcoin is a form of property. It is a store of value like real estate and like gold. And our country was built on the value of securing property rights. That's core to our democracy. And I think what's happening lately that's shaking people's confidence is Bitcoin is really being used as an excuse by people in power who have been creating policies that do affect the US dollar and hurt the dollar. It's their excuse to not address those policies. And Bitcoin is used as this invisibility cloak. And I want people to think about something. If Bitcoin ceased to exist tomorrow, poof, it's gone. Elizabeth Warren, super happy. The US dollar is still headed in the same direction. Every fiat currency has failed. We are in a debt-based system because we continue to go further and further into debt. And the world is deciding that we're moving from a unipolar world to a multipolar world. And countries are saying we don't want the world's reserves to be in one currency that can be weaponized because the U.S. keeps spending on itself and issuing these paper promises. So I'm actually going to D.C. in 2 weeks with the message that Bitcoin needs to be embraced by the U.S. strategically now more than ever because we have a technology network impervious to attack and hacking. The U.S. dominates the mining industry right now. Bitcoin allows us to securely transfer value across the internet. So why would we throw that away when the future of the economy is in cyberspace and also the future of warfare is in cyberspace?
Get your tickets to Bitcoin 2023 Miami, May 18th through 20th, Miami Beach this year. Use code Altcoin Daily, 10% off. This is the biggest Bitcoin conference of the year. Ticket prices continue to increase as we get closer to the event. Use code Altcoin Daily, 10% off. Get your tickets now. Altcoin season is coming, baby. First Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then large caps, then alt season. Scott Melker explains this.
Bitcoin has what's called the halving every roughly 4 years, and that's when the new supply coming onto the market is effectively cut in half. So if you even have a basic understanding of supply and demand, if demand stays the same or even decreases slightly or goes up with reduced supply, obviously you're going to see price rise. And we've seen that with every single cycle, and we've seen price bottoming, a couple years into that cycle before chopping sideways and moving up. And that bottom that we saw from FTX in November, and sort of the move up has followed that exact cycle that we've seen in every previous market. And once Bitcoin starts to move up, you gain renewed confidence in the market, you get a bit more liquidity, and then that starts pouring down into other coins like Ethereum and then farther down the risk curve. So basically, every time you see Bitcoin move up and consolidate, it goes into altcoins, back into Bitcoin, all the way up. It's effectively a watching machine. But, you know, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. And there's no reason right now to assume that this time will be different.
Make sure you subscribe to Altcoin Daily. We drop daily video content keeping you informed on Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto, NFTs, and more.